Ну, продолжаем. Сейчас идем за доктором.
Off to Caldwin's Bridge, sir. We'll get our sleep later. Just climb aboard when you're ready.
Ну или к лекарю. Может, за
What do you
столом.
think, Corvo? Caldwin's Bridge. You've been in the city for years, but you lived in Gunwall Tower with the late Empress, so maybe you haven't visited the bridge before tonight. Something to look out for. See all them lights on the water? That's right, we'll be spotted for sure. You're gonna have to shut off their power before I can pick you up. Now, about bringing Sokolov back alive. He's smart. Maybe even smarter than Piero. Got the whole of Dunwall under his thumb with all that natural philosophy business. New technology, potions and the like. Seems dangerous to me. But what do I know? Here we are. I'll meet you at the arches under Sokolov's place when you're ready, Corvo. Assuming, of course, you've taken care of those floodlights.
А я потом куплю плюс эти. Допуск не будет пока? Или я что-то не нашел, или я что-то с кем-то не поговорил.
Curfew means ain't nobody allowed to be wandering about except us guards. Yeah, I know. But if we do see someone, then what? We say something? Remind them about curfew? Don't remind them. Chase them down. Give them a severe... Okay, yeah, I got it. Severely deadly beating.
Так, так и так получается. А я могу так пробраться. Скорее всего.
Citizens and visitors to our city, by order of the Regent, the curfew is now active. No foot traffic is allowed across Caldwin's Bridge until curfew is lifted. Attention all citizens. No pedestrian movement is allowed along Caldwin's Bridge during this period. Curfew will end tomorrow morning at...
Here we are. I'll meet you at the arches under Sokolov.
Curfew means ain't nobody allowed to be wandering about except us guards. Yeah, I know. If we do see someone, then what? We say something? Remind them about curfew? No, you don't remind them. You chase them down, and you give them a severely deadly beating is what? Okay, yeah, I got it. Severely deadly beating.
Так его можно пройти. Допустим, F5.
Citizens and visitors to our city, by order of the Regent, the curfew is now active. No foot traffic is allowed across Caldwin's Bridge.
Это наверх. Давай наверх пойдем. Нужно колба. А вот и колба. Еще у меня ботинки. Вот такое улучшение по мне. Ой-ой.
Stupid rats. Plague. Elixir. Bunch of crap.
Yeah, what you'll do if Slack John is Bottle Street Boys jump.
Кто-то есть?
Citizens and visitors to our city, by order of the region, the curfew is now active. No foot traffic is allowed across Baldwin's Bridge until curfew is lifted. Attention all citizens. No pedestrian movement is allowed along Baldwin's Bridge during this period. Curfew will end tomorrow morning at sunrise.
F5. Ладно. Было бы очень охуенно, но это я так не умею. Ну, заключайся туда.
Curfew. How is anyone supposed to make a living?
Well now, Mr. Pratchett, even a wealthy man like you needs the city to watch. Gangs are cutting throats and smashing windows left and right, and the weepers, excuse me, the plague victims are worse. Are you saying the Lord Regent is wrong for imposing curfew?
It won't do you any good to bait me off. But don't worry. I'll be fine.
Я думал, что мне сейф-то, в принципе, не особо-то и нужен. Я пока что топ-квест только один. Вот, точнее без топ-квеста.
Technical officer before coming on duty.
Yeah, he came through earlier. Made us all touch the charger and left for the legal district.
Okay, good. We can't lose any more men to the Arc pylons. Touch the charger before your ship when the duty officer brings it by, and the Arc pylon will fry you.
looking at? Blow off. Those things? Give me the willies, sir.
You'll be thankful when Slackjaw's boys
Alex gonna sort of slit your wrist. I hope he was smart enough to stash him someplace before he got caught.
You're the one told him to go scouting.
These things
That's right. Scouting is when you find out what the guards are doing and come back.
Expects to live past 20.
Well,
So
now
why
we
be
know what
scared
the
of
guards
anything?
are doing.
The reason you scout is so you don't end up in a cell. What Alec did was the exact opposite of scouting.
We saw the arc pylons.
They're still there. Great. Yes, the pilots are still there. In case we want to go and get ourselves. Huh?
Надо быстрее это делать.
Ух ты же!
Okay, good. We can't lose any more men to the arc pylons. Touch the charger before your shift when the duty officer brings it by, and the arc pylon will fry you.
Those things? Give me the willies, sir.
You'll
Well, that
be
was a
thankful when
lousy waste
Slackjaw's
of effort.
boys
Alex
come down
gone
the
and
street
saw
to
the
slit
pearls.
your
I
rickles.
hope he was smart
It'll
enough
be
to
fun
stash them
watch
someplace
turn to
before he got
ash.
caught.
There
You're
was
the
a
one told
time
him to go
when
scouting.
these things
That's
to
right.
take a kid
Scouting is when you find out what the guards are doing and
None of them
come back.
expects to live past 20.
Well,
So
now
why
we're scared of anything.
Тихо.
It's just ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague. Like
F5.
crap.
You want me to go up and check the whale oil?
What for? The lights are working perfect.
Well, there's nothing to do. And I like climbing the pillars.
Just leave the oil tanks be or they'll break. Why they always gotta put me with you, I just don't know.
I'll get to the bottom of this. Look around.
Блядь. А, не, заебись.
Keep skulking around.
What the fuck is something?
Next step.
Хотя я бы, наверное, до этого.
You want me to go up and check the whale oil?
What for? The lights are working perfect.
Well, there's nothing to do. And I like climbing the pillars.
Just leave the oil tanks be. Why they always gotta put me with you, I just don't know.
еще? Кто меня полил? Кто меня полил? Мне интересно узнать. Та-та-та-та-та-та. Могу это обойти? Попробуем это обойти. У-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту-ту. Не могу. Нормально. Все хорошо. Пять. И у нас что? Это интересно идет. Или да. Чего?
You've got that look about you, Grayson. You haven't been thinking.
Зачем цепь?
Sokolov is testing elixir on people in mature clay. Why is it always asks for help?
So, why would no squeeze worry you more? Because it is our job to look after Sokolov and make absolutely sure he continues
Могу по-другому попасть.
Got that look about you. You don't freak.
No, nothing. I was just wondering. Sokolov is testing lasers on people to cure the plague. Why is it he always asks for help the citizens? If you follow the meeting, sir.
Сейчас он идет тут куда-нибудь туда, я налево. Хотя, я не знаю, можно ли туда попасть другим способом.
It's just a shape. Like that woman. She was easy to look at. Nice of her. Shame she has to die. I mean, it's so horrible, like, too.
Now you listen to me. It's none
Картина.
of our concern how why.
Лифт.
Things are bad. Could the city get any worse?
Indeed, I believe so.
Ну, можно было здесь попасть. На козырьке. Твою-то... Твою налево.
Don't hesitate to go upstairs and ask the madman yourself.
Искать Соколова.
My daily elixir ration? I'm not that stupid.
If you say so.
You two, stop chatting and wandering around. Go back to work.
Угу. А толку?
I told her about the children in the case.
Squad after what happened last night?
Indeed, I believe so.
I have to keep this position. Says to bring following. Says you.
Извините, но я тупой.
I now turn my hopes and energies to Formula 25, which in conjunction with a high heat therapy, which came to me most vividly in a dream last night, has great potential, according to the latest celestial alignment. As for Test Subject 312, after the characteristic sloughing of the skin, she should be dead by mid-morning tomorrow.
Please, sir. Please let me go.
Sokolov here. Excellent progress today. Test subject 312 is declining rapidly. As
Thank
I
you,
theorized,
whoever
formulas
you
12
are.
and
He kept me in a
17,
cage,
administered in
like an animal.
combination, greatly accelerated
horrible
the
right now.
progression of the disease.
So I'll just hide in a corner and leave when I'm
Interestingly,
feeling better.
the respiratory mucosa erupted and raised pustules, grayish in color, which burst, causing hemorrhaging and pain. I now turn my hopes and energies to Formula 25, which, in conjunction with a high heat therapy, which came to me.
Да ёб твою... Так.
Heard it pass me by. All the others down with the sickness.
Сейф. Тащи. Прям там. Теперь
Heard it pass me by. All the others down with the sickness.
Теперь вопрос, как мне отсюда выбраться нормальным. Я понял как. Здорово.
Royal physician himself. He made a neat job of it. Drop him here and we'll be off. They set up a cell for Sokolov in the old kennel. Shackles and everything. It'll be a shock, him waking up in the straw and old dog poop. But from what I hear, he's woken up worse places. Guess we all have at that.
Well done, Corporal. Well done. I doubt a dozen soldiers could have done it better. Sokolov's knowledge will enable us to strike at the Lord Regent directly, and ultimately help you get your life back. Soon, we won't have to hide in the shadows. The royal physician is brilliant, but he was a fool to protect the Lord Regent. Sokolov gave us the elixir, the war machines. It could have made us a great nation. Now he pays the price for siding with a tyrant. You have my thanks, sir. If you wish to get some sleep, now is a good time.
Подожди, его можно было убить?
Corvo, wake up! You were making funny faces while you were sleeping. I decided to nap here in your room while Callista was taking her bath. She told me if there's ever trouble, I should always run here.
Плохое?
Callista will come get me when she's done with her bath. Thanks, Corvo. It makes me feel better.
Attention, Dunwall City. Ascendancy Circle has chosen.
Well, Mr. Sokolov has certainly recovered. A good night's sleep has left him with an appetite.
I hope Sokolov will cooperate. I'd hope to have him paint my portrait again one day. Just me this time.
Royal Physician, I believe you and Corvo knew each other in former days. Unlike you, our friend, Corvo knows what loyalty means.
Bah! I am loyal to my inner spirit. You are the one consorting with the most wanted man in the Empire.
It's my belief that Corvo was innocent in the death of the Empress, and the former spy master, or the Lord Regent, as he calls himself, is a ruthless tyrant bent on destroying this city, the heart of the Empire.
You are mistaken if you think there's love between me and our Lord Regent. But whatever you intend to do here, I assure you, I am beyond petty scare tactics.
If I don't scare you, Sokolov, perhaps these rats will. Even if they don't carry plague, I've heard of a swarm of rats stripping a child's body to the bone in half a minute. I've heard worse. How long do you think it'll be before you talk? Before you beg to talk?
Rats? Is that the company you keep now, Admiral?
It's the company you keep that interests us, Sokolov. We know you painted a portrait of the Lord Regent's mistress, the very aristocrat who is funding the military with her fortune. She is the key to the Lord Regent's control over the city, and we must have her name.
Sorry, Admiral. I cannot help you.
It's time to put him to the question.
You're part of this rabble, but I know you have your reasons.
Yes, he does. All we need is the name of the Lord Regent's mistress. It's very simple.
I elect not to tell you. You will have to force the words from me, and I warn you, my willpower is quite legendary.
Curious strategy.
Of which I approve.
Денег у меня не особо-то и много. Бренди. Точнее, все-таки здесь. Это что там?
I know it looks... I was inventing a new kind of lock. The tumblers, shaped like snowflakes. The truth is, there is no snowflake lock. I was just, you know, looking through the lock. I realize, well, everything you're thinking I already realize. I'm a natural philosopher, but that doesn't mean I'm not a gentleman. Or I try to be one.
F5. Мне даже интересно. Понял.
It's well known that Sokolov is virtually addicted to a rare liquor called King Street Brandy. The taste is revolting, but I happen to have a bottle. However, I am reluctant to give it to you for Sokolov. It cost me quite a lot. It is very expensive stuff, a blend of rare Pendician spices and a drop of whale oil. Would you care to purchase it?
Сколько? $150. Похуй вообще. Это хорошее улучшение.
Like King Street Brandy? I didn't know any more existed. It is an extraordinary gift. I see I'm dealing with men of taste. I can tell you this much. She was always referred to as Lady Boyle. I painted her to be sure, but I never saw her face or learned her first name. You see, I painted her from behind. I assure you, she still makes a striking portrait. But I do not know which Boyle she is. I was to be introduced to her at a masked ball in her honor this very night. But I will miss that party, it seems.
A masked ball at the Boyle estate. Tonight? The timing is perfect, Corvo. But the Boyles are wealthy and ruthless, so security will be very tight.
Of course, you already have a mask, don't you, Corvo?
He's right. You will be able to mingle with them once you're on the ground. You'll have to find out which of the Boyle women is connected to the Lord Regent and take her out in whatever way you can.
Их несколько эту малюху усложняет.
If you do this tonight, you'll be able to strike at the Lord Regent himself and put Emily on the throne. May the wind favor you.
Она девочка, блядь.
I swear I never saw her face. Although I can vouch that her hindquarters are the finest in the city. And perhaps the Empire itself. I assume I will remain in this kennel.
I hear you're off to the Boyles' little bash tonight. I have just a tiny favor I'd like to ask you. Could you give this note to Lord Shaw? You'll know him. A rather brusque man wearing a wolf's mask. In fact, he may be looking for me.
Have you ever been in a sea battle?
Of course.
Did you ever see pirates? And did you sink any?
Of course. Dozens. Oh, yes. But that's not for young girls to hear about.
But I will be Empress, won't I? And then I'll have to sink lots of enemy ships myself. And that's what Empresses do mostly, isn't it?
Of course.
I knew it! I read that some pirate ships have witches aboard that can cause storms and make whales do what they want. Is that true?
Yes. Mostly. Maybe we should be quiet now.
Very well.
Ну, а направимся на бал. Мы, получается, уже в следующий раз. Это у меня пока что все. До следующего раза.